The strongest Akatsuki duo. The Akatsuki is an antagonistic organization in Naruto, consisting of rogue ninja from various villages. The organization's goal is to prevent wars by instilling fear of war. To achieve this, they aim to control all the tailed beasts, create forbidden weapons, and have people use them. In the Akatsuki, there is a rule to act as a two-man cell, in other words, to operate in pairs. Such Akatsuki duos have surely made Naruto readers wonder at least once. Who is the strongest duo? So this time, I have ranked the strongest Akatsuki duos. However, the Tobizetsu duo is excluded from this ranking. The reason is that there are hardly any battle scenes featuring them as a duo. And once Tobi's true identity is revealed, it's clear that they are the undisputed number one with no chance of losing. Therefore, this time, I have compiled the 4 duos with clear battle scenes. Number 4, Kakuzu Haiden. First, starting from 4th place. In 4th place is the Kakuzu Haiden duo. Well, I suppose it's probably them. The immortal duo was difficult to defeat at first sight, due to the eeriness and mystery of their ninjutsu. However, Haiden's technique has somewhat difficult activation conditions. He must lick the target's blood, draw a circle with his own blood. And the technique is only effective when he is inside that circle. Also, the lengthy preparation is a weakness, and a perceptive ninja would likely move quickly to counteract it. Collecting blood and drawing the magic circle are the 2 steps required before finally executing the technique. In that sense, Haiden is the weakest member of the Akatsuki when alone. Indeed, Haiden's tactics are heavily reliant on being part of a duo. That's probably why Kakuzu was paired with him. Kakuzu has stocked up 5 hearts using the forbidden technique Earth Grudge Fear. He can manipulate the 5 different elemental natures that each heart possesses. Furthermore, by replacing his hearts, he doesn't age. In a way, he is immortal. In addition, he can combine with Earth Grudge Fear, making him an excellent match with the immortal Haiden. In fact, there was a scene where Haiden's head was severed, but he regenerated through Kakuzu's combination. Kakuzu was quite strong, making the gap between him and Haiden quite significant. In reality, Naruto managed to defeat Kakuzu by crushing a heart with Wind Release, Rasen Shuriken. Although they are a well-matched duo, it's debatable whether they were among the stronger members of the Akatsuki. After all, the Akatsuki as a whole is too powerful. Number 3, Sasori and Deidara. In 3rd place, we have the duo of Sasori and Deidara. These two were portrayed as quite strong in the series. Deidara possesses a technique that allows him to create and control explosive clay in the shape of animals and insects. C1 to C3 are creature-shaped, while C4 is a nano-sized bomb. Not only can the explosive clay be detonated, but he can also create birds out of clay for flight. In that sense, he was a character skilled in aerial combat, which is rare in the world of Naruto. Although Deidara's remarks were often trivial, his technique's adaptability was impressive. That's right, in the scene where he escapes from the Leaf Ninja, Kakashi's Kamui takes off his right hand. However, he manages to escape by using a self-destructing clone as a diversion. Considering he later evades 2 future Hokage and 2 Taijutsu specialists, that's quite something. However, Deidara's fighting style relies solely on Earth Release, making him vulnerable to Lightning Release. In the series, his strongest C4 is neutralized by Sasuke. It's a pity that the explosion can be prevented by running electricity through it. Nevertheless, C4 would have been quite difficult to deal with without the Sharingan. As for Sasori, Deidara claims that he is stronger than himself. Indeed, without Granny Chiyo, Sakura would have probably lost as well. Sasori is a rogue ninja known as the Red Sand Sasori, a genius puppet master. He primarily uses corpses as puppets, using his human puppet technique. He can manipulate corpses and use the techniques they possessed while alive. Considering that, if he could control Madara or Hashirama as human puppets, things could have gotten quite messy. Among the human puppets that Sasori uses, the 3rd Kazekage is the strongest. The 3rd Kazekage can manipulate iron sand and is hailed as the strongest of all. Additionally, due to his control over magnetism, Weapons made of iron or steel are ineffective against him. Furthermore, with many unknown aspects of the puppet technique, only Granny Chio knows how to deal with Sasori. Therefore, it's difficult to defeat Sasori upon first encounter, and even beyond that, he is genuinely strong. This is a different aspect compared to the Haiden and Kakuzu duo, where Haiden was just too lethal on the first encounter. However, I would rank them around third place among the Akatsuki duos. Deidara's techniques are versatile and suitable for fighting multiple opponents. But against Lightning Release, his technique may not work, considering that they were defeated by the retired Granny Chio and Sakura. This ranking seems appropriate. However, it's hard to imagine them losing to ordinary shinobi. Number 2, Itachi and Kisame. Next, in second place, we have the duo of Itachi and Kisame. I had a lot of trouble deciding this one. After all, both of them possess incredible strength even on their own. During his time in the Akatsuki, Itachi was not at his prime due to illness. However, he can use powerful techniques, like the Mangekyo Sharingan, Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi, and Susanoo. Kisame's combination of Samahata and the water prison shark dance jutsu is powerful, and he defeated Killer Bee in the series. Defeating Killer Bee, who possesses the 8 tails, is quite an impressive feat. Kisame had a good compatibility with Killer Bee, as he could absorb chakra as well. In the end, he lost to Might Guy. But it took the 8 Gates released Formation's Daytime Tiger to capture him. Might Guy's taijutsu couldn't be absorbed as chakra, which was a bad match for Kisame. There are also several other instances that illustrate the strength of this duo. For example, the scene where Kisame captures the Four Tails by himself, and glimpses of his clear strength, such as having a chakra reserve second only to the tailed beasts. During the mission to rescue Gaara, there was a battle with Kakashi's team and with Guy's team. During that time, with only about 30% of their original chakra, they were able to effectively hold back both teams. This demonstrates just how enormous Kisame's chakra reserves are. And, needless to say, Itachi's combat sense is remarkable. The sword of Tatsuka wielded by Susanoo was on a cheat level of power. Furthermore, just before dying, he completely separated Orochimaru from Sasuke and even prepared Amaterasu. He appeared very early in the series, and I thought he might be left behind by the power inflation. However, I believe he maintained his status as one of the strongest individual characters until the end. It's true that Sasuke eventually obtains the Rinnegan, but it's still hard to imagine him defeating Itachi in his prime. He's a character that makes you think he might have been able to win against Nagato, if he hadn't been sick. Number 1, Nagato and Konan. And the strongest Akatsuki duo is Nagato and Konan. Firstly, Nagato is so overpowered that it almost seems unnecessary to have a partner. So, let me briefly explain Konan's abilities and how her strength is depicted in the series. Konan's ability can be simply described as the power to freely manipulate paper. Her dance of the Shikigami allows her to transform her body into paper and control it. She can mix in explosive tags or use it as a paper shuriken. Furthermore, she can shape the paper into wings and float, making it quite versatile. Being able to fly is a great advantage, similar to Deidara's combat style. Incidentally, because of this appearance, she was called Angel Sama by the servants of the Hidden Rain Village. She did have an angelic appearance with her feather-like wings. In her battle against Tobi, she used the God's Paper Emissary technique, which involved 600 billion explosive tags. She managed to pull off an incredible feat by disguising this enormous amount of paper as an ocean. The explosion lasted for 10 minutes. If it weren't for Izanagi, Obito might have lost right there. Izanagi is just too unfair, you know. Although Konan's combat depiction is limited, she seems to be as strong as Deidara, with the ability to apply various techniques. From a two-person cell perspective, she seems weaker than Kisame. Despite of Kisame-like image, however, with Nagato as her partner, their combined strength surpasses that of Kisame and Itachi. Nagato is a Rinnegan user and employs the outer path technique. This technique involves piercing black receivers into corpses and manipulating them using one's own chakra. These are called the 6 paths of pain. which not only defeated Jiraiya but also devastated Konoha. As long as they are not in Sage mode, the user does not have to fight themselves and the main body cannot be detected. As a result, dispelling the technique is quite difficult. This would have been truly dangerous if Naruto hadn't arrived. Each of the 6 paths of pain has 6 abilities. And it goes without saying that each of them is powerful. Among them, Yahiko's Deva path has 3 abilities, all of which are strong techniques. The first one is Shinra Tensei, a technique that blows objects away with a repulsive force. The power increases with the amount of chakra used. During an attack, it can blow away objects, people or even small objects like nails. At its maximum power, it can cause the destruction of Konoha. For defense, it has a cheat-like ability to deflect objects, physical attacks, and even ninjutsu at will. This alone is already too strong. It truly embodies both offense and defense in one. The second ability is Bansho Tenin. This is the reverse version of Shinra Tensei, using a force similar to gravity to attract objects. While this is also powerful, there is a risk in attracting objects towards oneself. In terms of usability, Shinra Tensei is superior, I believe. And the third ability is Chibaku Tensei. This technique has an incredible destructive power. After all, it has enough gravitational pull to confine Naruto, who had up to 8 tails out. Although it is similar to Bansho Tenin, it creates a much stronger gravitational field in comparison. Once drawn in, escape is nearly impossible. However, only 3 attacks managed to destroy it. Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, Itachi's Yasaka Magatama, and Killer Bee's Tailed Beast Bomb. Since it only happened once, it's debatable whether this can be considered a weakness. Nevertheless, the technique consumes a considerable amount of chakra, making it rather inefficient. The Rinnegan is a bit too overpowered, making you wonder if Konan is even necessary at that level. In any case, this is the strength they displayed when they were active members of the Akatsuki. There is an impression that the Nagato pair might have been slightly stronger than the Itachi pair. Itachi was significantly weakened by illness, so it's hard to say who would have been stronger in their prime. Conclusion. In this article, we've discussed the strongest pairs among the Akatsuki in Naruto. While the 4th and 3rd positions are quite certain, opinions on the 2nd and 1st positions might vary from person to person. There might be considerable differences in opinions. Another consideration is which pair would be stronger if they were both in their prime. Itachi seems to be strong in any era, having mastered the Rinnegan and displaying exceptional combat sense. So, which pair do you think is the strongest Akatsuki duo? We would be delighted if you could leave your comments below. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching until the end.